Hey everybody, Nick Marshall here, Lenovo brand champion. I just wanted to do a really quick, maybe 1 to 2 minute walkthrough of the stock report that Donald and I send out every morning. So I'm going to go ahead and share here. Now, as soon as this starts sharing, you can kind of see here on this screen, Donald and I send this out. We always give you a good overview of what is on top at Ingram. So these are all the top available. We always try to give you a lot of different options here, but see this right here, this stock report, you double click on that, it opens up this report in here. And so there are a lot of people that maybe like don't use this to its full extent. So obviously you have this area up here, you can copy paste in any manufacturer number. It'll tell you if it's in production, top seller, it's in stock in Ingram. These will give you immediate links to PSRF Smart Find. This gives the ATS on order and in transit. So that is essentially a report from Lenovo that gives you a report of what disties have ordered from them and what is in transit on the boats. So obviously that's going to get there a little sooner. So if you've seen this area down here, this area is super important, and there's a couple different ways you can use this. And the first way is where there are these tabs on the bottom over here. There's Thinkpad, which is all the laptops, pretty much. Think Center, which is most of the basic desktops. Think Station, which is like workstation desktops, and Think Book, which is kind of like maybe our more economic line of laptops. So what you would want to do if you were looking for a specific unit, let's say it's a T14 i5 8 gig 256. So what you can see here, this is already kind of, I've used this earlier to try to get some X1 carbons. Well, you can actually click this little arrow in the corner to kind of highlight everything. Come up here to data, and the filter area, hit clear here. Now that's going to clear out every single filter in here. So now what you can do is say, well, we wanted a T14. So you just come into the filter down arrow here on type and type T14. Now that is going to bring up all the different T14s. There are T14Ss in here. We want an i5. It's not healthcare. So here we have just the T14s. With Intel processors. So you can filter a lot of different things in here. For instance, touch, that's not something that's specific in this request, but you can do that. And so you can actually just type in something specific like i5. So you just type i5 here. Now that filters it down more. And then we obviously want 8 gigs of RAM. So you just come in here, just type the number 8, and then that will just bring all configurations. You don't want to just check individual ones because you're going to lose out on a few. So see that brings it down even more. And then you go to the hard drives, and so you can, obviously this doesn't have a name, but you can kind of see which one has the numbers in there. Type 256. Now what that's going to do, that will have all of the required things that they are going to want, your customer requested. So now you just come down here, Control C, copy all of the SKUs, those manufacturer numbers, come over here to output, the first tab, and I like to right click and paste values there so it doesn't mess up the formatting. Now you can kind of see it popped out some data here. What it says here is it has Ingram stock, tech data, which you can see the date that it was updated, so pay attention to that, as well as D&H stock. So this all comes over here. You can see in transit, so there's 566 and 200 of these 2 units, so those are pretty good as well as all the on order. As you can see, there's a lot of on order. Now here is still in production. You can see that there's a few N's here, which means that these are not part of the MPC that Lenovo sends out every month that tells us what units are still in production. So this is really important. It may at some point say things are in stock at D&H or Ingram or even Tech Data if it's updated. You want to do a cost and availability because you can get these units if they are still in stock. But as soon as they are out of stock, that disty, they will not be orderable anymore. So obviously you can see MSRP just so you can kind of see which unit here. Well, you know, my customer is cheap, so they want maybe something a little less expensive. 1569 is probably the one that I'm gonna want to go with. There's also this one over here. So this is weighted availability. This actually takes the day of the report that we have in here and makes it less weighted. See, this is 825. If anything were in here, since it's 6 days old, it would be 1/6 as high of a number in the weighted availability. In transit is lower, it's 1/10, and on order is 1/100. And so that's how these numbers get added up. So you can see the most strong to the least strong units that you could put in those manufacturer numbers. So obviously you can see here, there is, you know, a weighted availability 58. There's only one at D&H though. So there is 566 in transit. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna make sure that you figure out what disty that's coming from. Order from that disty, it'll be a few weeks before you get it. But this one has 30 here at Ingram. So if it's in stock that day, you can see that it's in stock. Ingram, it comes in every day. That's why we don't have a date there. Probably want to go with that. Immediately do a cost and availability and request a hold. Get that PO from the customer, and you are good to go. So before I let you go, there is one more way you can look things up. Sometimes, so we get these SKUs in here from the Solution Center. It's not always 100% accurate. And so what you can do is you can come into PSRef, and it's just psref.lenovo.com. And now here you can actually come in and filter different units. So say you wanted to find a newish L13 Gen 2 Intel. So you kind of come in here and you can, you know, obviously update it to the specs that you were looking for. So we said i5-8256 filter. And so this gets kind of more specific on the generation too. So yeah, so these are all i5-8256. So now you can actually come here, and I know this is kind of weird, but you can drag here all the way to there. Now if you hit copy from there and come back into the report and come in here. So you can't just paste it there. What you have to do is you have to come in here to this copy paste area. I right click and just do match destination formatting. Now that gives you these SKUs. Copy that, right click, paste, and gives you different options. I can't really tell you why, but it is important to know that you can get extra options when you look at it this way. So I usually try to look at it both ways, just to make sure that I am getting all of the information. Oh yeah, that's right, because this is a different SKU, but sorry. So yeah, you just kind of want to make sure that you're cross-referencing this with CRM and doing kind of your best due diligence to kind of figure it out. It's always really tough right now because it is COVID times constraints. So we're doing whatever we can to try to make it as easy as possible for you. So if you do have any questions on this, let me know. I'll probably make a few more videos just to kind of go in depth on any frequently asked questions that anybody has. So thanks so much for checking it out, and have a great day.